प्रभु तव मूर्ति विनोदकारी पलपन विसरे नहीं जो विसारी जुगल चरण सोल चिन्ह जेह नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह स्वामीनारायण भगवान नीजे ठाकुरजी महाराज नीजे घनश्याम महाराज नीजे सदगुरुदेव नीजे. Our utmost dear Vala Vala Shri Thakurji Maharaj, our Muktanandiya Divine Guru Parampara, and our Vala Puja Guruji, and all of you Bhaktos, my humble Jai Swaminarayan. Jai Swaminarayan. Welcome to another session of Loyadham Q&A webinar. It's very, very nice to meet all of you. Let's see our participants for today. Oh, wow. Look at this. This is great. We have the name switched around, but that's okay. So, yes. Man Bhagat, go ahead first, as I already know you. Kem Cho Bhagat Majama, how are you?
Just from Swami.
Just from
all good, Swami. How about you?
Very well. Nervous since it's been a while or no?
What did you say, Swami? Sorry.
Nervous since it's been a while, or are you just regular, same old, same old?
Regular stuff.
Huh?
No, not nervous at all.
Not really. Nice. Very good. How's the college life?
It's going.
It's going, huh? Getting tough, as I presume.
How's Swami?
Well, that is college life, right? What are you working on right now? Or what major?
Architecture.
Architecture, and you're done with schooling, or is still going on?
No, it's still going on. Master's years.
Master's program, perfect. 1 more year or 2 more years?
Probably just 1 more year.
Okay, and Loyadham માટે પછી architecture કરવાનું છે ને?
Swami, definitely.
હા બસ એમ એટલે થોડુંક experience લઈ લો, બરાબર?
Swami.
Awesome. Something interesting about yourself you want to share?
Not that type of interesting guy, Swami. Don't have anything going on.
Something interesting about yourself that I know is your Mesani, is that correct?
Swami.
That's interesting. Interesting kehvai. Okay? So I knew more things about you interesting than you did yourself. Anyways, Guruji સાથે વાત થઈ જાય છે?
Swami. Usually every weekly I try.
Good. Messaging ખાઈ છે?
Swami.
Very well. Good, good. Komal Bhagat, Jasmine Bhagat.
Yes, my son.
Kem Cho, how are you?
I'm doing good, Swami. How are you?
Very well. When does college start?
It starts next week, Thursday.
Okay, got it. So you're still at home, I can see.
Yeah.
Very well. Awesome. And, well, I can't really tell you how, or I can't ask you how the college life is because it hasn't started yet, but do you like it? How's school? What's going on?
School's good, Swami. School's good.
What year are you?
Yeah. Technically I'm 4th year, but yeah.
Okay. And majoring in?
Biology and medical science.
Very nice. Wish you the best.
Thank you.
Something interesting about yourself?
Yeah, same thing as Manboga said. I don't think there's anything that interesting right now.
Super.
Both of them, I guess.
Nothing at all? Not even one thing?
No, so not right now.
You like hockey? I can see jerseys behind you. Bus, there you go.
I guess.
Bus, take you both sides. Look good. And Guruji સાથે વાત થઈ જાય છે?
Not as much as I'd like to, but yeah, I'll slowly start picking it up.
Want you to work on that, yeah?
Starts.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yes.
Work on that. All right. So as everyone knows the routine, you ask, I answer to the best of my abilities. So let's go with Komil Bhagat first. Komil Bhagat, go ahead and ask your question and I will answer.
Yeah, so one question that's been on my mind is always, I often feel bad asking Guruji and Santo for blessings or prayers during times where I have a hard exam or just some overall hard times. And then I feel bad asking for blessings and prayers during those times.
Okay.
So because of that, I don't often reach out, and because I don't want to be a burden. So how should I proceed?
Okay, this is a very practical question. A lot of bhaktos, may it be students or may it be actual bhaktos that are already done with school, college, young adults get these kinds of questions in their minds, but they're afraid to ask. But this is actually a perfect scenario. Maharaj said it for you. I want you to be relieved of the burden. I don't want you to hesitate, but here's your answer to your question. Well, first and foremost, I want to ask you, what is Guruji and Santo here for? Here for meaning on this earth, at Loyadham, what is the purpose of us, Guruji and Santo? Why are we here, Gomil Bhogat? What is the reason? What do you think?
To educate us about Maharaj, and then to help us free ourselves, liberate ourselves in order to enter Akshardham.
Very well. Mon Bhagat?
Swami, I would say the same thing like Gomil Bhagat said, to help bhaktos and us have one satsang.
Control C. Got it. Okay. Well, here's one thing. Santos have dedicated their life for the betterment of others in all ways. May it be life problems, may it be academics, may it be financial, may it be social, may it be anything. So we're here for that. Do you understand? Besides the point that you hit regarding, giving liberation and, freeing you from the bondage of Maya, that's definitely it. That is our main goal. But besides that, who are you going to pray to regarding your problems? Bhagwan. But remember, Bhagwan is very, very far, yet close. You have Ladila Maharaj inside of your home, as Loyadham, Canada is pretty much your home is a mandir. You have Maharaj right there. He is very near to you, yet we still have some blemishes that keeps Maharaj a little distant from us. So we can pray to him, but sometimes he might listen, sometimes he might not. And that is reality, Gomil Bhagat. But Guruji, you can talk to personally. That's why I asked you, how often do you call Guruji? Santos, you can talk to personally and acknowledge and ask them or even share your problems. We're here for that. What I'm trying to tell you is this is our job. We want to pray. We want to help out. That's why we're here. You are our Bhagat. Everyone is, Loyadham's Bhagat. So if we don't do this, then we're not doing our job properly. And as a Hari Bhagat, if you are not asking or opening up, then you are not doing your job as a Hari Bhagat properly. Do you see what I'm saying? So we both have responsibilities, but our responsibilities are different. Your job is to share and tell. Our job is to pray and do Mahara for you. In Puja Guruji's life, I see this a lot. And I want to share a couple of blessings, but before that, prayer, a simple definition from Britannica is it's an address to God in the form of word or thought. It can be also addressed to a great saint or santos in general. Just as breathing is important to the body, prayer is important to the soul. Pratna tamne બે રીતે કરી શકાય. There's two ways. Now I want to open up to you. You're talking about a prayer that is external based, meaning you call Guruji Santo, or when they come to your home, or when you come to the States, you sit down, meet them, greet them, and then share your problem and tell them to pray for you. That's an external form. An internal form of prayer is just how Bhagwan and Guruji and Santo live in front of you. They also live inside of your Atma, your heart. Bhagwan is there and all the muktos are there. Externally praying is good. Internally praying is also good. You can pray to them internally and they're listening always. same prayer that you do outside or ask for blessings or ask for some kind of help, you can also do that internally. It's all based on how much faith you have that they're listening to your words and you don't feel that you're talking to yourself or you're crazy. એવું તો નથી જ, ચિંતા ના કરતા, okay? But definitely internal and external prayer. Little prayer, little power. More prayer, more power. And no prayer, no power. So off of that, I want to reflect into Guruji's life. There are many students in Kandari Gurukul, which is an all-boys hostel, which is approximately hosts about 400 to 500 students, where there is students that have hard examinations coming up in their 10th and 12th year of schooling. There, they ask for prayers, Puja Guruji prays, and they get good results. On one occasion, I want to tell you, there's this Bhagat by the name of Murji Bhagat. He's a very old, dedicated Bhagat with Guruji for like the past 30 years, ever since the Gurukul started. Now, his son, his name is Sahajanand. The whole family came to Loyadham Mahotsav 1 here in New Jersey just about a month ago. Now, his son, the way he came to the United States is remarkable. Now, Murji Bhagat, due to his dedication and his loyalty towards Guruji, one time Murji Bhagat came to Guruji. His son Sahajanand was in India at that time. He was about to take the 12th grade examination, which will unlock him to go forward in the future. But his son wasn't that bright. Ane thoduk ramat gamat, and he enjoyed more of doing things outside instead of studying. So it was kind of like a long shot anyways. So Murji Bhagat came and was a little, like he was disappointed but also hurt, and he prayed to Guruji that Guruji, koi bhi rite Sahajanand na grade sara ave, evi pratna karo to ye America jai sake. There was a chance, but it all depended on his grades. So what happened was Guruji said, "Vando nahi, pratna karisu, Bhagat chinta na karta." Now, first time Sahajanand took the exam, completely failed, and it was bad. So the paper was brought by Murji Bhagat to Guruji, and he said, "Guruji, fail thai gaya jo." Guruji is like, "Je professor ho chhe ne emne fari emna paper o check karao." કીધું એવું કે હા ફરી ચેક કરાવો. ફરી ચેક કરાયા the second time. He passed. I don't know how that happens. That's magic or what. I don't get it. But due to Murji Bhagat's heartfelt prayer, Puja Guruji prayed and it happened. And then Sahajanand came to America. He has many stores and businesses and a big house. We went there to do Padramni, Thad and Mahapuja. But he's happy, all due to Puja Guruji's blessings. All due to that one prayer at that one time. Murji Bhagat didn't ever ask Guruji for anything. But he asked for a prayer just once. And Puja Guruji's dayaru, compassionate nature fulfilled it. So prayer is not a bad thing to ask for. Another prasang, our Puja Shriji Swami had COVID-19 in the year of 2020. And it was so critical, it was life or death, no doubt. And Puja Swami, from the beginning, his body had many illnesses, like one of his kidneys were removed, and his medical history was not good. So COVID on the lungs would really, really affect his whole respiratory system and his whole body itself. So he was very in critical situation. He was admitted to a hospital in Ahmedabad, and Puja Guruji found out. Now Santos and Bhaktos came and told Guruji, but Guruji was already on it. Puja Swami was taken to the hospital 9 p.m. at night. There were very little hospitals in India that were vacant to take any patients. because that's how crowded they became due to COVID-19. It was such a wildfire spread, as all you know. So finally, Puja Swami got admitted to a hospital in Ahmedabad, and it was about 9 o'clock at night. Puja Guruji in Kandari Gurukul was sitting there on his swing. Maybe you've had the darshan, maybe you've seen it. But I kid you not, Santos marked this. Santos also did the same. But Puja Guruji himself, due to the request of Santos and Bhaktos, and of course Puja Guruji's compassionate nature, did Mara the whole night. Did not sleep. Did not even fall asleep even once. And dedicated all his Mara that he did to Shriji Swami for his health. And then the next day, Swami started to recover miraculously. It couldn't happen. But what was that due to? Prayer. That's why your question here, I want to go back to it to finish off. I often feel bad asking Guruji and Santo for blessings or prayers during time where I have a hard exam coming up or hard times. What I'm saying is, Gome Bhagat, that's what we're here for. Bhagwan has sent us here for praying, for the betterment of others. We don't ever pray for ourselves, but we definitely pray for others. So that's something that is in our bank balance, if you can see what I'm saying. A stock full of prayers. In a Hari Bhagat's bank balance, there is money. In a Sadhu's bank balance, there is prayer. And that prayer is not used for oneself. That prayer is used for others. And continuing, and often I don't end up reaching out. See, I don't want you to do that. I want you to reach out. The more you go closer to the sun, the more darkness disappears and light prevails. So getting closer to Santos, Puja Guruji, is actually a benefit. You may not realize it right now, but it will help you in the end, in this life, and also in getting to Akshardham. Being a burden, Komal Bhagat, is definitely not in one of our mind, our mind that, oh, this Bhagat is calling for a prayer. Burden can be used for a person that's not a devotee. A sadhu does not have any burden because he lives for others. He doesn't live for himself. Why would he put weight on his shoulders when he knows that Bhagwan is right in front of him? He can put it on Bhagwan's shoulders. And that's what Santos do. That's what Guruji does. Why would we take it on our... We are not Karta Harta. Santos are not Karta Harta. But Bhagwan is Karta Harta. So by you giving us something to pray for, all we're doing is just transferring it to a higher level. That's all we're doing. So don't feel burdened. You understand? I hope that helps. But I do want to give you one piece of knowledge and guide you to the best position possible. But that does not mean that you should not do what I just asked you to do and ask for prayers. I want you to become the best Hari Bhagat possible, slowly but surely, and for everyone who is watching. So let's display this image, please. Now you see over here, prayers 4. All the way at the bottom is worldly things like wealth and power. People pray for this stuff. Worldly things like, I wish I can get a big house. I wish I can get a nice car. I wish I can get some nice clothes, whatever. I wish I can get married. There's a lot of prayers that come to us like this, no doubt. After that, things that help my spirituality and Moksh. This is where you're at right now. This is where everyone is at mostly. I don't see anyone at the bottom level. I wish I can do Mansi Puja. Sometimes in my mind, when I do Mansi Puja, other thoughts, arise. Please pray that I only think of Bhagwan, Guruji. When I start to read, I don't understand it. Please pray that I understand Bhagwan's knowledge, etc., so on and so forth. Please pray that I reach Akshardham. Great, great prayers. But the ultimate prayer that I want not only you, but everyone to get to, since you are in the company of Loyadham, Puja Guruji, is nothing for me. I am for your pleasure. This is the last step. You cannot skip steps. Komu Bhagat. In the beginning, if you think about it, at the very bottom, you might be at the very bottom. Many years ago, that you were asking for this, like little kids right now at the Mandir, if they come, they ask, could you pray for I get an Xbox game, please? I want this game. I won't ask for anything else. It's only $60, but pray for me, please. I want to get it, okay? They're still little kids, so they're going to ask for that. That's very normal. But after when they grow up and become a little mature, like 13, 14, like 15, 16, 17, your age, it starts to become more on a spiritual level. Pray that I get good grades so Maharaj and Guruji become happy. I go into a nice career and serve Loyadham. Pray for me to become a better Hari Bhagat, so on and so forth. And then at the age when you're like 50 plus, tired of this sansar, just done with the world, then this should kick in. What? Nothing for me. I am for your pleasure. Use me. Santos live at this level right now. Even if a sant is at the age of 16, he becomes a sant. Our Gnan Swami, right? He became a sant at the age of 18. As anyone, if anyone doesn't know, this Komu Bhagat, the one above me, is our Puja Gnan Swami's Purvasram, meaning previous brother, blood brother, okay? This is the house that he lived in and everything. Now, he is living at a level which is the third tier, which is the highest tier right now because he's a sant. Now, right now, we can't get to that tier even if we tried. So don't try that. Right now, we want to get prayers, we want to build our spirituality, and then finally, we want to get to the level of use me. There's a saying by John F. Kennedy, the former president of the United States, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That's a very, very selfless statement by a president, an individual, an iconic president, I can say. Now, that gives a lot of meaning to me, that I can use this in spirituality, that ask not what Loyadham can do for me, but what I can do for Loyadham. That's the final step, Komu Bhagat, but that's only when your hair starts to, when your age becomes a little more. But right now, I want you to give prayers. Right now, I want you to call Puja Guruji. I want you to call Santos. I want you to open up your heart and share. That's the only way you'll be able to get to that third tier. Do you understand? I hope that answers your question. Any questions inside of that bucket at all?
No, Swami.
You good? Everything is did.
Yeah.
Will you start to do this formula I gave you? Practically
yeah,
open
100%.
up, give some prayers out, not a problem at all. Yeah? It's a big bank balance. Don't worry about it. This bhagwan is above of that. That's why. Okay? Very good. Very practical question. Thank you so much for that. Man Bhagat, Jai Swaminarayan Bhagat, your question, please. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, Swami. My question was, what steps can I take to ensure my Moksh and to also make it certain that I will attain Maharaj and Akshardham?
Wow, what a deep question. What steps can I take to ensure my Moksh, my liberation, ultimate liberation, and to make it certain that I will attain Maharaj and Akshardham? So, in the Vachanamrut Gadada, first chapter 14th, it says, Ante yamati sagati. That's a Sanskrit slok, and all it's saying is, however your mind state is currently, that's how your mind state will be at the end. So currently, if you believe that I will attain Akshardham, since I have attained Thakurji Maharaj, this divine Guru Parampara, Vala Puja Guruji, Loyadham, I am going to attain Akshardham, no matter what. Suppose, and this is just a scenario, suppose tomorrow you are doing something and bhagwan takes you to Akshardham somehow, some way. Or bhagwan comes. Since you have this belief right now, very strong, bhagwan's going to take you to Akshardham. Gadara 1st chapter 14 says, Ante yamati sagati. But just to break it down more easily for you, have you ever made a chocolate cake or cupcakes before? Anything like that?
No, not really.
એકલા ખાલી સીધું બેસી જ જવાનું એવું ને? સીધા મમ્મી બનાવી દે એટલે સીધું બેસી જ જવાનું એવું છે નહીં?
Well, stuff like cake and stuff like that doesn't get made at my house.
Mesani, I understand. Komil Bhagat, same situation, buddy, or what's going on?
Yeah, somewhat like the same situation, but during Ankut, definitely. I made some like treats
cake.
for my.
The reason why I picked cake is because cake has steps that you have to follow in order for it to come out good. What I mean is, first you take the flour, then that's the dry ingredient. You put some baking soda in, whatever. And then the wet ingredients, you take water and melt the sugar inside, put the oil inside, then put chocolate powder inside, if it's a chocolate cake, obviously. Then you mix it together, the wet into the dry, then you put it to a certain temperature, and then once it's set, then you let it cool so a cake comes out like that. There's procedures that you have to follow step by step. In the same way, for your question, there are procedures that you need to follow. To attain Moksh, to attain Maharaj in Akshardham, step 1, Shri Thakurji Maharaj's Dhyan, Upasana and faith. Shri Thakurji Maharaj, Valapuja Guruji has given us the form of Thakurji Maharaj. And may I recall, and you probably obviously know, your father, Raju Bhai, could you share an experience of how he got Thakurji Maharaj's darshan in his dream? I'm sure he told you about that.
Swami, he didn't, like, it wasn't, I didn't hear it directly from him, but, like, actually he didn't really tell me. It was just whenever Guruji and them were talking about it, that's when I found out, but he never really told me directly about it.
So, I mean, he doesn't share a lot of deep things with you, is that it?
I'm not usually with him, so yeah, I guess.
But what was it? Do you know the prasang?
I think whenever I heard it, it was like, he was sleeping and he got like Thakurji Maharaj darshan and sleep, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Exactly. Exactly like that. So Bhagwan came in white clothes, gave him darshan. That was a prasang. So, number 1, Thakurji Maharaj, Puja Guruji, has been serving for many years. Before that, Dada Guruji served. All the way from Muktanand Swami, all the way to our lineage right now, Puja Guruji is serving. That Thakurji Maharaj is giving darshan to numerous bhaktos and santos all the time. And Puja Guruji, obviously, on a daily basis. But we need to start developing faith that this is my Bhagwan. When I go to Akshardham, I will see this Swarup, this form that I'm seeing in front of my eyes right now. The form that is in Akshardham is the form in front of me. The form that is in front of me is in Akshardham. Do you see the connection? That kind of faith. Doing dhyan, when you do Mansi Puja, doing Mansi Puja of Thakurji Maharaj, when you do jap, thinking of Thakurji Maharaj. This is step 1 in order to ensure Moksh and to attain Akshardham. You need dhyan, upasana and faith of Thakurji Maharaj. Yes? તમારે પૂજામાં ઠાકોરજી મહારાજ મેઇન પૂજાના મૂર્તિમાં હોવા જોઈએ. That's number 1. Okay? Step 2. According to the Vachanamrit Gadara, 1st chapter 78. One should keep such association by thought, word and deed only with God or his Satpurush, as it leads to the liberation of the soul. If you want to attain Moksh, or liberation, as this Vachanamrut is saying, then associate with the Satpurush through thought, word, and deed. 3 things. Thought, thinking of the Satpurush, thinking of Bhagwan, how great they are, prasangs at your house, or when you call, something Guruji tells you or shares with you, when he comes to your home, what he says to you, he gives you blessings, so on and so forth. Anything that's connected to Puja Guruji, thinking of him. Word, meaning talking about him to others, that we've received such a great Satpurush in the form of our Puja Guruji. We're very fortunate. And his guns, his qualities. And finally, doing what he says. If Guruji calls and finds out that Maharo Man Bhagat is now an architect of, with a master's degree, and I need him to move to Florida or New Jersey, since we have land, and start building our mandir, then that means that you better start packing your bags. But just to give a heads up that it's something that is in our mind. No, I'm just kidding. But it would be something ideal that if we have an architect in our own home, what better way, to serve Loyadham. But anyways, going back, doing what he says is the most important. So according to this Vachanamrut, keeping firm faith and firm affection for Puja Guruji, that's step 2. You need that. You cannot go to Akshardham without a Satpurush. According to Sadguru Gunatitanand Swami Nivato, Swami says that I have not seen a person attain the abode of God without the association of a Satpurush. Swami is saying this. I have not seen a person, meaning not a single person. In the same way, you cannot make the cake without step 2. It's just not possible. I didn't say this for step 1. Why? Because Bhagwan, remember, is very far, but also yet near. Bhagwan is near. How so? He lives inside the Satpurush. And if we develop a relationship with Puja Guruji, then automatically our Akshardham will be ensured, our Moksh will be ensured for sure. Step 3, following the Panch Vratman of a devotee. 5 niyams of a devotee are not to eat meat, not to gamble, not to steal, not to do adultery, and not to take food or drink from improper people or made or from improper sources. So pretty much eating outside or drinking outside. That's pretty much the last one. So as a devotee, I think the first 4, meat, gambling, stealing, and adultery, are very, very, it's just out of the question. But for you college students, definitely eating outside food or drinking outside food or from improper sources are something that may be hindering your Panch Vratman. If they are, I need you to ask your mom to start making some good food and packing it. That would be ideal to follow Bhagwan's niyam. I know college is hard. I know you have to work hard for 1 week and then you go back to your home if you live near, 1 or 2 hours away. If not, you have to pull another week without any kind of rations. I understand, completely understand. It's a critical situation. I know right now studying is the most important thing to you, but if it can be done, then it would be very good. If not, then I'm not promoting or I'm not saying it's okay, but try your best. Then obviously when college ends, then you can obviously become more strict on this niyam. But this is the only niyam that is hard for college students or maybe high school students, is to not eat outside food or from improper sources. That's step 3. And last step 4, loyalty and pride for Loyadham. Let me give you guys an example. Suppose someone gives you 100 acres of land, okay, as your name. Gomil Patel owns 100 acres of land. Man Patel owns 100 acres of land, okay? Now, that land, that person has told you, that person tells you that you, hello, 1 second. Yeah. Sorry about that technical difficulty. Suppose that person tells you that there is oil in this land which will make you into a multi-millionaire, $100 million, if you extract all the oil. Okay? Now, Komal Bhagat decides to, start digging away. He can't wait. So he digs one place 50 feet. It's like, it's not here. Go to another place, digs 75 feet. Doesn't seem like it. In that 100 acres, he makes 100 holes in different measurements. Man Bhagat, on the other hand, he's like, Sukaracha. He takes a machine, finds a machine that detects, oil, pots or whatever they call them in the ground, finds the exact area and digs for 1,000 feet and strikes oil and becomes $100 million owner, I guess. Okay, but why did Man strike the oil and why did Komal Bhagat not strike? Because number one, Komal Bhagat just kept digging in random areas without calculating and it was only 50, 60, 70, 100 feet. And Man Bhagat just, in one shot, found a machine, dug that place 1,000 feet and struck oil. In the same way, loyalty and pride for Loyadham, what does that mean? Dedicating oneself to one area. For us, it's Loyadham. If you go to multiple areas, you're not going to strike oil. Strike oil in the form of bhagwan, attaining liberation, it's not going to happen. But if you dig in one area, put your faith 100% in Loyadham, completely have pride and loyalty for Loyadham, live for Loyadham, die for Loyadham, it's the equivalent to digging 1,000 feet and striking oil and attaining liberation. Man Bhagat, yes? So to answer your question, all four of these steps are necessary, but step 2 will create step 1, 3, and 4. Do you understand what step 2 is? Satpurusha's association, having firm faith in him, his words, and firm affection for him. That will arise step 1, step 3, and step 4. So I hope that answers your questions. Any questions on that or any comments?
No, Swami.
Awesome. I hope both of your questions were answered to a satisfactory. I tried my best, and now I want you both to practically imply this knowledge, not just for the sake of coming to a webinar because you're requested to, but more than that, since it's your question from your heart, the answer that we're given, I hope that helps and you start to imply it and practically play it into your life to help you excel more on the basis of spirituality, nonetheless in this world. So it's very good meeting you. We'll pray for your college, both of you. You still have a long way to go. And also, I'll pray to Thakurji Maharaj and Puja Guruji for your spiritual life as well. Saying this, my humble, Jai Swaminarayan.